As a kid, I heard stories about a haunted house on our street. It was a big Victorian place with bars over its windows and a sign out front that said, "Keep out." Well, today, those old houses are long gone. But one story still remains. A story about what happens when the veil between worlds grows thin. Today, we're exploring the eerie tale of the dogs who can't help but leap to their deaths. From the 1950s present, the Overtoun Bridge suicides, Dumbarton, Scotland. Dogs, healthy, happy pets, suddenly leap from the same bridge without warning. It all happens at the Overtoun Bridge, a stone structure that crosses the River Leven in the Scottish town of Overtoun, just east of Glasgow. I'm your host, where we bring you the most mysterious and terrifying hauntings from around the world. Since the 1950s, local dog owners report an unthinkable phenomenon. He had done this many times before and never had a problem. They were watching something unbelievable. Just yards from where he jumped, another dog was attempting to do the same thing. This time, it was a border collie, a friend of John's who had come looking for him. Now he was trying to jump into the river. But how could he save him if he didn't know why his own dog jumped? She helped him change into dry clothes and offered him hot tea. The two spoke of the strange events, the dogs, the disappearances, the endless cycle of tragedy. Most of the dogs jump, but some simply stand on the edge and stare down at the water before disappearing into the mist. Many owners claim they see their dogs running along the riverbank, chasing something unseen. And then one moment they're there, the next they're gone. Then Mary did something surprising. She asked John if she could borrow one of his dogs. When he agreed, she took the dog across the bridge and over to the side where all the others had jumped. Then she let go of the leash. The dog hesitated for a moment, then bolted. But before it could jump, Mary grabbed it by the collar and pulled it back. Shaking, the dog refused to budge. It whined, then started chewing on Mary's shoe. "Don't worry," Mary said. "We'll get out of here." John ran to help, but the dog managed to scramble back onto the sidewalk. It was something in the place, something evil, something in the land calling the dogs to their death. Panting, shaking, and very scared, the dog refused to leave John's side. Like John's dog, they seem to remember their time at the bridge and are drawn to it again and again. Could it be a smell, a sound, or something ancient in the land calling them down? Local residents now call it the Dog Suicide Bridge, which is odd since none of the dogs actually died by suicide. But signs have been put up around the bridge to warn pet owners to keep their dogs on a tight leash. Some people refuse to walk there at all. They say that if you walk the bridge backwards, you'll have good luck. But if you walk it forwards, you'll lose something important. In fact, the dog became so attached that he didn't want to leave John's side for weeks, which is strange because normally he was a very friendly dog who loved everyone. But this time, as he approached the center of the bridge, his black Labrador suddenly bolted. John grabbed the lead, but it was too late. His dog had already jumped. He watched in horror as the dog reached the end of the bridge and took a running leap and disappeared into the water. Without hesitation, John jumped in. The water was freezing, but he had to save the dog. As onlookers crowded the bridge, John struggled to find the dog, but he never surfaced. To John's horror, the dog was gone. Had he made a mistake? Should he have let the dog die? The current was strong and the water freezing cold. John knew his dog wouldn't survive. And as he watched, the little dog struggled in the water and then slipped under and disappeared. Heartbroken, John called off the search. But the next day he returned to look for his dog. He wanted answers. Was there anything left of him? What had caused his dog to jump? For decades, people have reported seeing dogs seemingly jump into the river for no reason. But there's no evidence of mink in the area. Eventually, the dog's owner decided the risk was too great. He couldn't keep him anymore. But John wasn't ready to give up. Every day for the next 6 months, he walked by the riverbank, hoping to find his dog, but it was no use. The dog was gone. Then one day in early March, while walking his dog, John saw something incredible. There was the same border collie he'd saved a few months earlier, and as he approached, he saw the dog take off running toward the bridge. Others blame a distortion in the area's electromagnetic fields, saying it affects the dog's central nervous system and drives them to the water. But that doesn't explain why the dogs jump from the same spot every time. And more than 300 dogs have jumped, with at least 50 confirmed dead. Perhaps something was drawing the dogs to the water, or perhaps something in the water was frightening them. Whatever it was, they hoped it would pass. But it didn't. So they called in the experts, animal behaviorists, scientists, and even paranormal investigators. All the dogs jump from the same side, the north side, from the same spot, the low stone wall near the middle of the bridge. And they jump in clear weather. There's no storm, no flooding, not even a strong wind to blow them off course. At first, locals thought it was some sort of mass hysteria. Some say it's the scent of mink. The theory goes that the mink live in the river below, and the dogs want to get to them. The truth is, nobody knows why the dogs jump, and the mystery only deepens when you hear some of the individual cases. It was 1994 when John Burns walked his 2 dogs across the bridge. He found a small crowd standing by the riverbank, but John soon noticed that whenever they got close to the bridge, the dog would panic. It all happened so fast. John ran after him, but the dog was too quick. Meanwhile, Mary Toller, who witnessed the event, pulled John from the water. And that's when John realized it wasn't the dog at all. Over the years, more than 300 dogs have died at the Overtoun Bridge. To make matters worse, some of the dogs seem to come back. Theories abound about what's causing the dogs to jump, but nothing fits all the facts. In the end, maybe it's best we don't know. Some say dogs sense what we cannot, and the Overtoun Bridge still waits.